in live local coverage. This is News 10 at 6.
Another union local voting no on a proposed contract agreement between General Motors and the UAW. Good evening, everyone. I'm David Andrews. Ann Emmerich is on assignment. Lansing Grand River Assembly workers joining Lansing Delta workers voting down the agreement by about 58%. News 10's Amaya Kaznicki is live outside the GM Grand River Assembly plant to tell us what's next for the UAW. Amaya?
Yeah, David, the only local union that voted in favor of the agreement was Local 1753. Now, they are the workers of the Lansing Redistribution Center. The two that voted no were Lansing Grand River and Lansing Delta. And they aren't the only plants across the state or even the country that have voted to turn down the agreement.
I didn't have no problem believing we would vote a yes.
Dwight Jackson says the General Motors Lansing Parts Distribution Center has more temporary workers, and the new contract is giving them a boost in pay.
Traditional workers didn't get as much as expected, but overall our plan is mainly underpaid people.
Although Local 1753 voted yes to the deal, Local 652 and 602 both voted no.
I voted no. I'm one of those who the last three contracts hasn't done much for. I feel there was a lot given up that shouldn't have been given up to get what we got.
As more tallies come in, the vote is too close to call.
If it's going to pass, it's going to pass with a slight majority. Irrespective, I think Sean Fain has a really interesting problem in front of him, which is why did the UAW and GM not accept something like this?
As part of the tentative deal, UAW workers would see a 25% increase in the base wage through April of 2028 and bring back cost of living adjustments. Dr. Stephen Melnick says if the contract doesn't pass, it will have to get renegotiated.
The contract at GM gets renegotiated, it's going to have a ripple effect. Within the industry, they call it the UAW bump.
Melnick says the outcome of the contract doesn't just affect the big three, it affects companies like Hyundai and Toyota.
They're competing for employees, and if Ford, GM, and Stellantis are offering a better deal, they may not get the best employees.
Depending on the final vote, employees could be back on the picket line. And Jackson says workers are ready and prepared to do so.
It definitely brought us closer, so like I said, we'll be willing to step out if called upon.
As of now, the national total of votes on that tentative agreement with General Motors is leaning more towards yes, and over 31,000 votes have been cast. Now, we'll make sure to update you both on air and online with the latest on the final results. So make sure you stay tuned at WILX.com for more information. But now, live in Lansing, Amaya Kaznicki, News 10 Today.
All right, Amaya, thank you. While a lot of General Motors workers, UAW workers have voted both for and against the agreement, workers at Ford and Stellantis plants are voting yes by a large margin. With a few large factories still need to be counted, about 66% of Ford workers have voted yes on the deal. Almost 80% of Stellantis workers who have already voted have voted yes. Switching gears now as we look live over downtown Jackson.